Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome home to the Bugle Boy located in LaGrange, Texas. My name's Lane, and thanks for joining us for our We Can Do It webcast series, offering plenty of parking and unlimited front row virtual seating. We're streaming from, I believe, 4 separate individual locations tonight out to 3 platforms, which include our website, Facebook, and YouTube. If we experience any technical difficulties, you will see this flash on the screen, sure to convince you that we know what we're doing and will resolve the issue as quickly as possible. Please feel free to log into the chat room and let us know what town, state, or country you're watching from. And at the break, we will give you a shout out. Tonight's show is free to watch, but if you have the means, we encourage you to buy a Name Your Price ticket. If you're watching from our website, thebugleboy.org/webcast, there is a convenient buy ticket button above the video player. And for Facebook and YouTube viewers, we have pasted a link in the chat room, or you can text the word bugle to 24365 and a ticket link will be sent to you. You may also choose to support the Bugle Boy, adding a donation of any amount to your ticket order, for which we, of course, would be most grateful. Now let's step inside and see what the crew's doing. Heather, are you there?
Hey, everybody. It's good to see you tonight. I'm going to be hosting the chat rooms tonight. It's me. Joni's got other stuff going on, and so I'll be in Facebook and on our website. So please tell me who you are and where you're watching from so that we can give you a shout out at the break. I see Sherry's in there already. So, hey, Sherry. Now let's go talk to John.
Hey, it's me, John. I'm here like normal. I'm punching buttons in the background and stuff, but we have a great show. I'm very glad to be here, so I'll get us back inside the lane.
Yes, I made it. Thank you, Heather and John, and thanks to all of you for joining us and inviting us into your homes tonight. Tonight, we host David Starr, a man of many talents, singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and founder of Starr's Guitars, with 11 releases under his belt. His latest release is a 12-track collection of cover songs entitled Touchstones. In early 2020, he released Beauty and Ruin, produced and arranged by John Oates, yes, of Hall & Oates, who says David Starr has a voice you will never forget. His music is authentic, his songs are honest, full of emotion and truth. John, let's knock on David Starr's or Starr Guitars home studio door, shall we?
All right, let's see what we got.
Hey,
David.
David.
Hey guys, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
We're very excited to be hosting you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should just get started.
Well, I'm excited to be here. The Bugle Boy is one of my favorite places to play on the planet, and this is good for now. But I look forward to being back there in that room behind you, Lane.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
And I know you do too.
Yeah, I look forward to being in that room too.
Yeah. Well, you look like you're there now. So
I know.
But yeah, let's play some music.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to us from his home in Cedarridge, Colorado, please welcome David Starr to the stage.
Thank you very much. No, please, really. Okay. It's good to be here. Bugle Boy truly is one of the great small venues in this country, and that they're doing some cool stuff to keep rocking along. So please support them. Got to do a number of tunes tonight. Some from older records, some from the brand new records. When she mentioned that John and I did last year, also going to do a couple of cover tunes from the Touchstones project, which is an ongoing 12-month thing. So anyway, this first song is called Live Again. It's a song I cut in Nashville. In fact, a whole album called that back in 2013. Seems like 100 years ago. But anyway, here we go. You got that look in your eyes, Like all your time and luck, you finally run out. Said past in 100-second tries. Baby, I know what you're talking about. But the night will fall and her heart will call. And I will hold you close and make you feel alive again. I'll make you feel alive again. Gonna leave behind this world and then come redemption or sin. Yeah, yeah, gonna feel alive again. Sometimes the heart makes the slightest mistake, and the walls seem to come tumbling down. How much time, how long will it take for your love out of the lost and found? Well, these hearts are on alone, there's nobody home. Take my hand and you'll see, and make you feel alive again. Well, I'll make you feel alive again. Gonna leave behind this world and then come redemption or sin. Yeah, yeah, gonna feel alive again. Don't worry about the sunrise, baby. Don't worry about the past. Close your eyes and maybe, just maybe, tonight and this fire and this passion will last. Oh, these nights in July, oh, how they fly, just passing time. Baby, there's no need to cry, 'cause this love is yours, this love is mine. Surrender your will, time will stand still. I'm bound to make you mine, make you feel alive again. I'll make you feel alive again. Gonna leave behind this world and then come redemption or sin. Gonna feel alive again. Yeah. Gonna feel alive again. Feels good to play again. Been a long year of fits and starts, and some of us who do this have gotten to play a little bit live, and a lot of us haven't. And been ups and downs and good and bad about the whole thing, but looking forward to getting back out and doing some more live playing. This is a song that I've recorded. I wrote it a long time ago, and I've recorded it about 3 or 4 different ways and different times. And the most recent version is on an album called South and West that I did in Nashville 3, 4 years ago, I guess. Where does the time go? It's called Could Have Run Together. Let's do this right. Well, I know you noticed these lines on my face, easements granted in the years that I was lost. I know you think you understand, well, you've been in my place, but it's harder than you think to calculate the cost. You're so persuasive, darling, your argument's so strong, and God knows I'm looking for direction in these days. But times have changed me, baby. They've changed you too. And they've changed the way this lover's game is played. Well, I wish that I'd known you long ago. Could have run together, you and I. Tore down the walls, wound up a prisoner just the same. Why'd it take so long to learn to fly? Could have run together, you and I. There was a time I was you and me, yeah. Nothing in the world could ever come between. But for all the times you and I have chased the dark, damn the plaques and tangles of the mind. We are souls connected, connected by a spark. Honey, sparks these days are so hard to find. Well, I wish that I'd known you long ago. Could have run together, you and I. Tore down the walls, wound up a prisoner just the same. Why'd it take so long to learn to fly? Could have run together, you and I. Why'd it take so long to learn to fly? Could have run together, you and I. You and I. You and I. Could have run together. Okay, so this Touchstones project we alluded to earlier. Last summer, when it seemed like the ability to get out and play and kind of roam the countryside was going to be in doubt for some time, I thought, what's a good way to keep the creative juices flowing? Maybe do a little recording with friends in Nashville. And I thought, I've always wanted to record some songs by other people. See, I grew up playing in cover bands all my life, and so you just, starting out, most of us start out playing other people's songs, playing in bars and whatnot. And that's what I did. So I went back and made a list. Okay, what are the songs I used to play that I always enjoyed the most and that I might like recording? What are some songs that I played, these currently that I've never really recorded? What are some cover songs that just knock me out every time I hear them, and whether it's lyrically or melodically or whatever it is? What are some of those songs? And then what are some songs that are just fun, that would just be killer to get in the studio and do? So I came up with 11 of those plus one original. So it's not entirely covers. But anyway, so the idea was that instead of pressing CDs, which would be useless in a time when you can't get out and really sell them, we're just releasing one a month. And tried to do it in a way where they had some sort of emotional agency, if you will. Around the election there was a certain vibe, around the time between the election and the inauguration and the holidays, all that. And some of those songs, for whatever reason, just seemed to fit. This next one is a song written by one of my songwriting idols, really. I mean, as far as that sort of thing goes. Jackson Browne wrote this, and he wrote it when he was just a kid, 16 years old, so that makes it all the more sort of powerful and poignant to me. It's called These Days. It's if you want to look that project up, it's all on Apple Music and Spotify and all that. And what we've done also is put a video out with each one of these. So if you go to youtube.com/David Starr Music, there's a bunch of that sort of thing there. So it's called These Days. Well, I've been out walking. I don't do that much talking these days. These days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things I forgot to do for you. And all the times I had the chance to. When I had a lover, it's so hard to risk another in these days. These days. Now if I seem to be afraid to live a life I have made in song, well, it's just that I've been losing for so long. Yeah, I'll keep on moving on. Things are bound to be improving in these days. One of these days. These days I sit on cornerstones, count the time, quarter tones to 10. Don't confront me with my failures, I have not forgotten them. I have not forgotten them. There was a clam in there, but we're just going to move on. We did a thing on the record that I don't normally do live, and I tried to do it, and need to work on it. Anyway, moving on. That's a great song, though. Extra points if anybody can remember what movie that was in the last 20 years. Put it in your comments down there. So, Lane mentioned John Oates of the Hall & Oates duo, and I was lucky enough to start doing some playing with John back about 11 years ago because he has a place here in Colorado and we know some of the same people, and one thing led to another. And we wrote a song together and did some duo gigs and a couple of gigs with a band, and it was a lot of fun, and he's been really generous with his time. And so one day I said, why don't we record something together? And so he produced an album in 2017 called The Head and Heart. It's actually an EP, 6 songs on there. And this is the very first song on it. It's called Edge of the World. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. And I noticed some folks from the UK checking in there. Didn't get to go this last year, and I really missed it. Had probably my best tour ever, just in terms of really cool, diverse places to play. And then, things got weird. But we'll get back over there. I love it there. It's called Edge of the World. First she seems a little broken, a certain sadness in her eyes, deep and dark just like the ocean, frightened like a bird about to fly. But she believes in better angels and better times to come, that we all may be redeemed one day, no matter what we've done. Half the time she's a woman, half the time a little girl. But take her hand, give her half a chance, she'll take you to the edge of the world. She'll take you to the edge of the world. Well, her passion may consume you if you're standing too close to her fire. Be ready to let go of all that you have known. Be ready to walk high on her wire. 'Cause half the time she's a woman, half the time a little girl. But take her hand, give her half a chance, she'll take you to the edge of the world. She'll take you to the edge of the world. Is she an angel passing through this troubled life on weary wings against the wind? Nobody knows. But she believes in magic, all that it can do. She'll make you believe in it too. But she believes in better angels, better times to come, that we all may be redeemed one day. Oh, no matter what we've done. Half the time she's a woman, half the time a little girl. Take her hand, give her half a chance, she'll take you to the edge of the world. She'll take you to the edge of the world. Thank you for listening tonight, wherever you are. So, this next song's also on that South and West album that I mentioned earlier. And this song, it was one of those there was one of those terrible things that happens too much these days, where somebody takes out whatever frustrations, whatever it is, they get up on a high point with a rifle and hurt a lot of people. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about. But there was a shooting in Las Vegas at an outdoor concert, and a lot of people got killed. And I was sitting home one night, and I was thinking how fortunate I was just to be sitting at home, because some of those people went out, made plans to come home that evening, and they never went home. So I felt very fortunate, but I was also angry a lot of mixed emotions, just trying to figure out what to do with that, you know. Still don't know what to do with it. I just wish it would all stop, but it's another conversation apparently. Anyway, this song came to me, and as often has happened to me, I hear lines, people say things, and songwriters do this. They'll hear something interesting and they'll say, I gotta write that down and use it later because it's cool. There was a fellow here who we lost recently, and he was a cobbler. He would fix your shoes, and he did that for a living, and he was really good at it. And it was a cool thing to have in a small town where you could go to coffee and take your cowboy boots in a paper bag, and he'd bring them back a couple of days later at the coffee shop fixed, you know, that kind of thing. So we miss Jody a lot. But one day I went in and I said, Jody, how you doing? And he said, another day, another shot at mercy. And so I said, I'm going to use that if that's all right. And he said, yeah, that's fine. So anyway, this song is called Night Rolls Around, and it's sort of about that whole business of just feeling fortunate at the end of the day. Another day, another shot at mercy. One more chance to get it right. So many questions, many answers are few. So many people looking for the light, but the sun's still shining outside. And I'm still along for the ride. And if I play my cards right, I'll be here when the night rolls around. One more heartbreak, one more promise gone. Just another round in the fight. Only so much me to go around. Oh, everybody wants a bite, but the sun's still shining outside. Well, I'm still along for the ride. If I play my cards right, I'll be here when the night rolls around. Well, it's frozen moment on a tightrope walk. We try to hold on to what we can, but the planet shakes and the rain falls down as we navigate these ever-shifting sands. So you cast a shadow, you make some noise, try to make your mark in this world. You better break some rules if the rules don't seem right, but do not go quietly with your flag unfurled, because the sun's still shining outside. You're still along for the ride. If you play your cards right, you'll be here when the night rolls around. If you play your cards right, you'll be here when the night rolls around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When the night rolls around. Jody. Let's switch guitars. Thing about having a guitar store, sometimes one finds oneself with more guitars than one needs. But then again, what does that even mean, right? This is a song also from the South and West album. And I was sitting, as so often happens, if you sit around with a guitar enough, particularly in certain tunings, this is called dadgad tuning because of the strings are tuned to those notes, you often will find yourself just noodling around. That's what happened. And so started working on this song, and it felt like a traveling song. And so sometimes the guitar part informs where you're going with the song, and sometimes it's lyrics first. Doesn't matter. In this case, the guitar part came first. People ask that question sometimes, and for me, it's more often lyrics. But this one was kind of guitar driven. It's called "Good Is Gone." From the ragged edge of losing you, I fell back to earth. Facing my worst fear, living in a world of hurt. There was nothing on a far horizon, everything at my feet. No way to go but up, no easy retreat. Too much time in a rearview mirror, gotta keep moving on. It's calling my name but I can't hear her. Color me good is gone. All the splintered conversations that pass for truth these days. We're chasing our worst instincts instead of choosing the words we say. Well, there's promise on a far horizon, so everything wonder why. That nothing ever changes and true love dies. Too much time in a rearview mirror, gotta keep moving on. It's calling my name but I can't hear her. Color me good is gone. You're not the only one, baby. Think it's time for me to cut and run. Cut and run. Too much time in a rearview mirror, baby, gotta keep moving on. She's calling my name, but I can't hear her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Color me good is gone. Color me good is gone. Yeah, gone. Color me good is gone. Yeah. Big finish. Yeah. Good is gone. So I mentioned the record that I first did with John Oates in 2017 called The Head and Heart. This is the title cut. People have asked what it was like to work on that record with John, and I'd never worked with a producer before, so that was sort of a cool experience. And I thought, well, I don't know what I need to do differently than making these other little records I've made, right? Well, one of the things John did was he pushed me to sing, and he pushed me to sing a lot and better. And one evening we were working on vocals, and everybody had gone home. We'd recorded all the tracks, and I thought I was singing this one song pretty good, you know. I was pretty much crushing it, right? So I came out of the booth, and he and David Kalmusky, the engineer, were standing there. I said, I think that's it. And he said, let me ask you a question. I said, yeah. And he said, what were you thinking, what were you feeling when you wrote that one line? And he mentioned the line, and I said, well, that's pretty angry about something. And he said, were you? Really? And I said, yeah. He said, go back in there and sing it again. He knew exactly what he was doing. So I went back in, sang it with just a little more grit. That was the one. So that's what a good producer does. That, and he tells you no when you have a really dumb idea. Say, no, you don't want to do that. So anyway, title cut, The Head and Heart. And all these albums and songs are available again on Apple Music and Spotify and Pandora and all that good stuff. And in fact, when you go to put an album online, there are like 200 streaming services around the world, some of which I can't even pronounce. But at any rate, Head and Heart. Love unexpected, love unrequited, feels like trouble and you try to fight it. But like the hurricane winds, like the timeless tide, you can't run, you can't hide. When the head and heart cannot be reconciled, when a grown-up love calls out to you, stirs your inner child, the heart knows there's a price that must be paid. The head knows that decisions must be made. Have you tried everything you can? Said all that can be said between a woman and a man, just thrown gasoline on a blazing fire, built a fence made out of dreams and razor wire. When a head and heart cannot be reconciled, when a grown-up love calls out to you, stirs your inner child, the heart knows there's a price that must be paid. The head knows that decisions must be made. Well, it's a runaway train, it's a wrecking ball, it's a burning house, and it's bound to fall. Well, it's a meddling rain and a hungry heart, where there's a longing in and a true love start. Hope springs eternal for the likes of you and me. And from 1,000 miles away, there's a candle I can see. Like the hurricane wind, like the timeless tide, we can't run, we can't hide. When a head and heart cannot be reconciled, when a grown-up love calls out to you, it stirs your inner child, the heart knows there's a price that must be paid. The head knows that decisions must be made. The heart knows there's a price that must be paid. The head knows that decisions must be made. the head and heart. Going to do one more. We're going to take a quick break. So there's your heads up for going to fill your glass or whatever it is you need to do. This last song of this set was on that Alive Again album, which, very quick story. Went down to Nashville to record some demos to see if somebody might want to listen to my songs. Recorded 6 songs, kind of shopped them around. Everybody said, no thanks. So I went back in and recorded 6 more. That became a record. So it all worked out better for me, and I'm glad I did it the way I did it. It's called My Favorite Color, and this is, I guess the best analogy is when a dog chases a car every day and finally the car stops and the dog goes, now what? That's it. So I'm going to take a quick, very quick break, very brief break right after this. Come back with, some more songs. So thanks for being here. Stick around. Did anybody come up with the movie that the Jackson Browne song that I mostly played? Anybody come up with that? I know it. So it's called My Favorite Color. Well, I carried that torch until it burned me up. Then I burned you with it too. I didn't know the price would be so high, just to make a dream come true. The laws of attraction, gravity and time mislead the heart and dull the head. Make it hard to see the trouble that we're in, till it's too late and bad blood has been shed. But across my heart, my love was true. You were wrong about me, I was right about you, baby. Across my heart, but you saw right through. I guess you know by now, my favorite color must be blue. Yeah, blue. Well, it seems the more we talk, the less we know, and all my perfect phrases fly away. No words of wisdom could ever do this justice. Sometimes there's nothing left to say. Yeah, but across my heart, my love was true. You were wrong about me, I was right about you, baby. Across my heart, but you fall right through. I guess you know by now, my favorite color must be bluer than the ocean or the skies of Santa Fe. Eyes that see the darkest heart, I had to look away. Cross my heart, but you saw right through. I guess you know by now, my favorite color must be blue. My favorite color must be blue. My favorite color must be blue. Yeah. Yeah, gonna take a very, very short break. Don't go away. Be right back.
Excellent, David. Excellent first set.
Thank you.
We will see you shortly. All right. We're going to let David take a very short intermission, and we'll see him on the other side. I would like to take this time again to thank you all for tuning in. and supporting our 17th musical season. If you're joining us late, tonight's show is free to watch, but if you do have the means, we'd like you to encourage you to support David Starr. We named our live streams the We Can Do It series because even though the venue's closed, we can watch and hear live music, we can connect with one another, we can support our musicians through shows like this, and we can keep the Bugle Boy going. So if you can support the show, either text the word Bugle to the number 24365 and we'll send you a link. Or there is information in the chat room for Facebook and YouTube players and a convenient button at the top of the video player on our website. Lots of folks in the chat room, and Heather's been doing a good job keeping up with that tonight, but I'll say hi, everybody. Heather, do you want to share who all's joining us tonight?
Absolutely. Yes, we do. We've got Sherry tuning in from, and I'm going to mispronounce it because I don't know. It's either Utley or Utley. I know she'll correct me. Pedra Ann, who's John's mother. Actually, say
Yay.
hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
We have Cindy, who's David's wife, tuning in from Kauai, Hawaii. Very nice. We have Joe tuning in from Hull, England. We have France, not sure where they're turning in from. We have Carl in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We have David and Cheryl from Lexington, which is just a bit north of LaGrange. Shelley in Montrose. We have Doug with Songwriter Serenade watching from Huntington Beach, California. We have Steve in Maine, and I just see that Upton, I'm so sorry, Sherry. I knew she'd correct me if I was wrong. Okay, and I just noticed that Carrie Hudson joined us. So,
excellent.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey to Carrie. So, hi everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't checked in yet, wherever you're watching from, please do so we can say hi before we leave.
And then I'll mention too, Cindy, if you didn't get an email, thanks for purchasing a ticket. But I noticed our email back to you is bouncing. So if you need to get a receipt from us or something like that, please communicate. Apparently we don't have the correct email address. But thanks, Bugle Boy crew. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, John.
Mm-hmm.
I know David has more songs to share with us. And let's bring, John, bring David back in, please.
I'm gonna. You can't stop
Okay.
me. There we go.
Hi, David. David, your album Beauty and Ruin was released just as the pandemic closed everything down.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the title track you're about to play from that album.
Well, let me just. I'm going to do a little more than that. The whole.
Okay.
When you showed that graphic, there was a CD and an album, and there's a book in there. Very
Put
quickly,
that back up, John. Let's see that.
There you go.
Yeah, there's
so
the
book. That book on the right-hand side of your screen there, my grandfather wrote that right before he passed away in 1973. And long story short, I bought up a bunch of old copies of that book and gave that book to John Oates and some other songwriters in Nashville, friends of mine that I'd written with, and some I hadn't. And the idea was, let's take that book, read it, and take whatever inspiration you can, and let's write some songs and make that album from that book. So, but to your question, the song Beauty and Ruin was written with my good friend Dana Cooper. You all know Dana Cooper. Mm-hmm. And he was anxious to take part in the project. And the title came from Dana, as you know, when he's out touring the country, takes lots of pictures. He gets out and does a walk. You know, if he's in LaGrange, he'd be walking around taking pictures of cool stuff. And one day he posted a picture. I was in New Mexico or somewhere, and he said, "There's so much beauty and ruin out here." And I texted him. I said, "There's our title." So you never know where it's going to come from, but the book is a tragic novel. Irene Kelly, who wrote for the record too, describes it as almost a Southern Wuthering Heights sort of thing. So, which is cool. But anyway, that's the origin of the song, and that's the one I'm going to start this set with.
It's a great story. Very cool. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome David Starr back to the stage.
Thank you. It's Beauty and Ruin. I wrote this. I traveled far through the lonely wood, crawled when I had to, ran when I could. No way to know what I would find. Beauty and ruin at the end of the line. This crooked road that I wound up on led me to you, and now you're gone. Our sky of blue turned cold and gray. Beauty and ruin at the end of the day. Beauty in the sinking sun, the union of two lonely ones together in the dark. Ruin in the breaking dawn, unforgiving light falls on two hearts torn apart. Heed the story in a face grown old. See the faded glory of a dying rose. Savor the sweet and bitter wine. Beauty and ruin, I was yours and you were mine. Like wisps in the winds of chance, we'd fall and twist, we'd spin and dance. You spoke to me in words that rhyme. Beauty and ruin at the end of the line. Beauty and ruin at the end of the line. Got to thank Dana Cooper for helping with that one. Couldn't have done it without him. Speaking of help, and I mentioned Irene Kelly's name earlier. Irene and I have written a lot of songs together, and I've had a song on one of her records. She's sung on some of mine. Mutual friend, Craig Shelburne, one day we were at an event together, and he said, "What do you do?" He said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "Well, I'm writing with Irene Kelly." And he said, "What are you going to write about?" And I said, "I don't know yet." And he said, "Well, don't give me hope," meaning he didn't want some cotton candy Pollyanna thing. So we took that line and ran with it. It's called "Don't Give Me Hope." Well, you say that you love me, you don't want to hurt me. I know you believe that it's real. But if you should ask me what I really need, well, I'll tell you just how I feel. The damage is done, nobody won. It's time we both face the facts. And those baby blue eyes and pretty words won't bring me back. So don't give me hope, 'cause I'll just hang on to your promises, pulling me back to when I should move on. Hung up on you, and I just need the truth. That's all. I got just enough rope to pull myself out. Don't give me hope. Well, don't say you'll be different, 'cause you can't be different. Believe me, baby, I know we want what we can't have. Stubborn as I am, I can tell when it's time to let go. And there's no denying those demons you're fighting may always be there in your way. But I'm fighting them too each time you ask me to stay. Don't give me hope, 'cause I'll just hang on. Your promise is pulling me back to the past when I should move on. Hung up on you, and I just need the truth. That's all. I got just enough rope, pull myself out. Don't give me hope. So tell me one good lie. Say you never loved me. That'll make it so easy to tell you goodbye. But don't give me hope, 'cause I'll just hang on. Your promise is pulling me back to the past where I should move on. Hung up on you, but I just need the truth. That's all. I got just enough rope to pull myself out. Don't give me hope. Got just enough rope, pull myself out. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. So this Touchstones project that we were talking about earlier, one of the songs I've been doing for many, many, many years is a John Prine song, "Angel from Montgomery," and this song just was released about 3 or 4 days ago, and I want to thank everybody that's had kind words to say. John Prine's been gone a year, and I know the world's better for him having been here. I'll just say that. What a great songwriter, cool guy. A little story about this song. I had never played by myself, just me and a guitar, until I played this song, and I think this is right, until I played this song in about 1981 on an Aspen Public Television telethon or something. Somebody asked me to come on and play a song because I live there. And I said, well, I'm a drummer. I play a little guitar with some guys, but mostly I'm a drummer and sing. So now you can do it. So I knew this song, and so I went on and did this song, and I thought, well, I could do that. So I guess that was the beginning of the solo career. I don't know. But anyway, it's a great song. Bonnie Raitt did a killer version of it back then, and that's the one I had heard, Angel from Montgomery. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man's another child that's grown old. Dreams with thunder, lightning was desired. Well, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just giving me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. When I was younger, they had me a cowboy. Wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. No matter how hard I tried, years just a roll by like some broken down band. Make me an angel flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just giving me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. Flies in the kitchen, and I can hear them buzzing. Yeah, I ain't done nothing, baby, since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and still have nothing to say? Make me an angel flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just giving me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. Believe in this living, it's just a hard way to go. Thank you, John Prine. Got time for 3 or 4 more here, I think. I'm going to try to squeeze in under the allotted time. This is a song off of the Beauty and Ruin album that I wrote with my friend Shelley Ray Corntweed. And by the way, let's all say aloha to Cindy out there on the island of Kauai. She has a family out there. Her son and grandkids live there, and she's out there to visit them. And she's obeying her her quarantine for a few more days. They're very strict about it out there, and that's okay because they're keeping people healthy. It's called Cracks of Time. It's inspired by my granddad's book. You did not ask to be dealt this hand. Their lies fell firmly on your shoulder. A burden undeserved by an innocent man, left hesitant and lonely in a world so cold. Now you're living in these cracks of time. The day runs into night and heartache blurs a line between what's right and what's wrong, who's left and who's gone, living in these cracks of time. Broken on a wheel of circumstance, You set your own soul free. Those of us who loved you and brought you to this dance could not stop that soundless second like it was meant to be. You're living in these cracks of time. The day runs into night, the heartache blurs the line between what's right and what's wrong, who's left and who's gone, living in these cracks of time. Well, no angels marching hand in hand, no mandolins to play you home. You've outrun your last mistake. Those left behind must carry on. Carry on without your song. Day turns into night, and your heartache blurs the line between what's right and what's wrong, who's left and who's gone. Where every step you take is the scene of the crime, living in these cracks of time, living in these cracks of time, living in these cracks of time. Thank you, Shelley Ray, for helping with that one. This is a song that's, it's a cover song, but it's not on that new album. It was on the Love and Sabotage album that I did a few years back. And this was a song, pardon me, written by our old friend, the late, great Kenny Edwards out in California. Kenny left behind a couple of beautiful solo albums, and this is one of them. It's called Fever. In a downtown bar, staring at the TV, sitting here all alone. Sometimes it seems like 1,000 years since I heard your voice, even on the phone. The Chili Peppers howl full of love and rage under a bridge they found. I've got a long tradition, missing that bus, I could use a bridge when I get down. Got the fever, got that fever. Got the fever. Baby, 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 I've got that fever. Look for magic in the air, but I'm stuck here on the ground. Any day now you come back and you smile and throw your arms around me, hoping inspiration ain't enough to keep me sane. I wait for the touch of your hands and I will go up in flames. Got the fever, yeah, I've got that fever. Got the fever, baby, 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 I've got that fever. Well, I've been up and down through the cities and towns. I've been trusted and betrayed. Felt the sun come up on me, and I seen it sink and fade. And I will lay down in this bed that I hardly knew I made. Do it all for a bit of your love. It seems like a pretty good trade. Got the fever. Oh, I've got that fever. Got the fever. Baby, 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 I've got that fever. We miss Kenny Edwards. Great guy and a great songwriter. Well, I got to tell you, we've come to a turning point in the show, which is the point at which we say it's almost time to go home, but not quite. This is a song that I wrote with Mr. Oates. I had begun writing it after a hospital stay in 2018 that was unexpected and unwelcome and pretty nasty, and had some surgery. Anyway, had a dream, and this song, I guess you could say this song came to me in a dream, because that's where the inspiration came from. But it's once it was released, I had people tell me it felt like an anthem to them, and it felt in this year that we've been dealing with, this last year, it seemed to give comfort to some people, and that made me really happy. So it's called Rise Up Again. And I want to thank everybody at the Bugle Boy. I want to thank everybody that's online listening and watching. And more than anything, I want to thank everybody for sticking it out for live music, because I need it from a head, and I think everybody needs it, you know, at some form or fashion. The Bugle Boy has been instrumental in that for a long time, and has been an inspiration. I know my wife Cindy and I were inspired to. One of the inspirations for Grand Mesa Arts Center was traveling around, and specifically the Bugle Boy got us fired up about the way they do things. And now we have this beautiful performing arts center just across the street here in Cedar Ridge, Colorado. Thanks again for listening. This is called Rise Up Again, written by John Oates and myself. Thank you. Well, my father and his father came to me at night as I tossed my head on a fever bed, praying for the light. The elder spoke in poetry, words dancing round his head, and the younger said, "You see, that was cut down when I was running at full speed, thinking everything I wanted was everything I'd need, betting I was faster than any wicked wind that blew my way. You will rise up, you will go on, it's not your time, just one more storm. We are like leaves scattered to the wind. You will rise up again. Rise is not yet grown. Their faces lost to history, circumstance and mystery, fading names and places gone to time. For those who were cut down, running at full speed, believing that their destiny was all they'd ever need, betting they were faster than any wicked wind that blew their way. You will rise up, you will go on. It's not your time, it's just one more storm. Though we're like leaves scattered to the wind, you will rise up again. Rise. Like a wild horse in a shadow box, waiting for the sun, I dream till my day comes around. This crooked world won't beat me till I am truly done. I'm not ready for the burying ground. You will rise up, you will go on. It's not your time, just one more storm. We are like leaves scattered to the wind. You will rise up again. Rise up again. Any wicked wind that blew my way, yeah, my way. Rise up again. Rise up again. Rise up again. Rise up again. Thank you, everybody. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very much. Good night.
Nope. You're not done.
Stop louder.
Get more. I'm bringing more people.
What?
There we go.
What?
All of them.
What?
I'm putting them all in here. There we go.
Well, I was already out in the tour bus, but I got back here quick. Hey, let's do one more. This is a. I'm gonna have a little drink of water. This is a song I wrote with John Oates and the great Jim Lauderdale. When we were looking at ways to write from that book of my grandfather's, one of the first things Oates said to me was, "I get Jubilee." Well, there's a town in the book called Jubilee, and he said, "I get that one." I said, "Okay, it's yours." So, anyway, that's kind of how some of them came to be. And there's a young man who ends up incarcerated for something he didn't do, and this is sort of his reverie about getting out and going back home to Jubilee. Thanks again for listening. I dream about the big house by the side of Low Creek. We're sitting there in rocking chairs with the children at our feet. We got a dog called Music and a mule to ride to town. Well, that's all I ever wanted if I ever settled down. When a boy from Texarkana met a girl to take his name, thought the love they made and the vows they gave always would remain. Was a garden full of thorns, but the roses smelled so sweet. What was bound together was bound to break at the hands of love's deceit. On the road to Jubilee, take me back in time. before I left for Tennessee, living on memories, on a road to Jubilee. Keep a picture in my mind, and I'm counting down days till they set me free. Yeah. Till I'm walking down the road to Jubilee. Now it's dark and cold and lonely beside these prison walls, and I'm not to blame for a dead man's crime, but still I took the fall. I lost so many hours that I know I'll never find. Now I count the days and I walk away, leave this all behind. On the road to Jubilee, take me back in time, before I left for Tennessee, living on memories. On the road to Jubilee, keep a picture in my mind, and I'm counting down the days till they set me free. Yeah. Across the cotton fields I hear the church bells ringing, listen to the choirs, hear the spiritual singing, like sweet magnolia blossoms in the spring, bringing me back again, bringing me back again. On the road to Jubilee, take me back in time, before I left for Tennessee, living on memories. On the road to Jubilee, keep a picture in my mind, and I'm counting down the days till they set me free. Yeah, walking down the road. Yeah, walking down the road. Yeah, walking down the road. Walking down the road to Jubilee. Ooh, yeah, take me back, back to Jubilee. Oh, take me back in time. Oh, take me back to Jubilee. Back in time, take me back to Jubilee. Oh. Good night. Thanks a bunch. Thank you very, very much.
Woo, David,
Be safe.
excellent. Thank
Thank
you.
Nice.
Good night.
Well, hang on a minute. We still have something we need to do with you.
Oh,
So, and I want to just again thank you for joining us from your very own Starr's Guitar Studio and sharing your wonderful music with us tonight, because we do need it, David. It does uplift us, and I don't know what we'd be doing without music, especially now.
I'm looking forward to things easing back to normal, whatever that is. But I think these small venues are the lifeblood of what we do, because I don't know. Communities need it. We all need it. So thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Well, as a tradition, usually when you're at the Bugle Boy, we're able to get a group photo at the end of the night with the musician and staff. And I think Joanna's not in. She usually does this. So if there's someone out there and you're full screen, get ready to shift command 3 and get a group picture of us. So I'll give you a couple seconds here, but on the count of 3, someone out there, shift command 3. Are you guys ready for your photo?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Somebody's taking a picture.
Here we go.
Just email it to us at lane@thebugleboy.org or heather@thebugleboy.org or john@thebugleboy.org. One of us will get it.
Somebody.
Somebody will
Somebody.
get it. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Heather, did anyone else let us know who
Yes.
they are and where they're watching from?
Yes, I didn't get where we're watching from a couple, but Jan, our friend Jan in LaGrange, tuned in, and Paul tuned in. He's talking to Cindy. Sandy from Cedar Edge, Colorado, who says hi to both Cindy and David. She's on our website page. And Willie from Bucksport, Maine is watching on our website. And
Hey,
I can
Willie.
hear Sherry right now saying, Willie!
Exactly.
And we have N.E. Beulah. And I think that was all the newcomers. But while I've got you guys, oh, nobody told us what movie that was in, David, the Jackson Brown song. Can you enlighten us?
Well, I'm drawing a blank. It had-
Okay, I can
That
move
sounds
on to
like
something else.
me.
No,
I know one that it's in.
What's that, John?
Royal Tenenbaums.
Is it the Royal? Okay, Royal
Royal
Tenenbaums is what I was
Tenenbaums.
thinking.
Real quick story,
actually,
Jackson
I think
Brown.
somebody
That was
did say
recorded. That was
It's
recorded
the-
back in the '60s by Nico, and it was
Yeah, the Nico version is in Royal
and
Tenenbaums.
he'd forgotten it was
Oh.
going to be in there. You know, so
Oh,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Paul who tuned in, Paul Kerr
Kerr.
is in Scotland. Where in Scotland is Paul
He's in
from?
Glasgow.
You're in Glasgow.
Ah.
My
You
my
gotta meet-
people are
Paul's
from
your guide.
Skelmerley.
You
Yeah,
got to go meet
my
Paul when
dad's
you're
from
over there.
Skelmerley. Anyway, which is just away from Glasgow. But I would like to invite everybody here, if you've had a good time tonight, to join us again this coming week, and every Saturday after. We've got great shows coming up. Lots of Texas artists that are coming up. Albert and Gage is next week, but Carrie Hudson was tuned in earlier. Her show
Ooh,
is on
Carrie.
April 24th.
Yeah.
We've got Joe James. We've got Grammy Award-winning Susan Gibson. We've got Pat Byrne, who's actually from Ireland but lives in Austin now, and Amy Speece. So we have an amazing April and May, and so we hope many of you who are just joining us for the first time will also join us in upcoming shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Be
Don't
there.
be a stranger.
or
I'm
be
actually going to be in
square.
the Hill Country in June. I'll bang on the
Nice.
door. I'll come by and bang on the
Okay,
door.
Come on,
you
you
know
know
We're
where
just
we
going
are.
to be rolling through.
Yeah,
All right.
You can come say hi. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll do it. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Mhm.
And thank you, David, again for taking the time out tonight to be with us here at the Bugle Boy and share your music with
Happy to do it.
everyone.
Mhm.
And as always, it's an honor to host you, David.
Thank you.
And we'll have you back for a live show when we can get that rolling.
I'll be ready.
It's been a pleasure being with all of you out there in the world tonight. Thanks for letting us know where you're watching from. And please do, like Heather said, join us back here again next weekend and the next weekend and the next weekend.
Every
'cause
weekend.
Every
All of them.
All right. I'm going to say goodnight, everyone. Safe travels. Let's see. You're probably on your couch. You'll make your way to your bedroom. So safe travels getting there.
Good luck.
Good luck. And we'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Night.
Good
everybody.
night. Good night.